Hi guys, we are in week 2 of second semester, and this was a short little unit, just 2 weeks, because this week you guys are doing your first embedded assessment where you guys are going to write your own satire. So I've modified the assignments from the course guide just a little bit to make sure you guys have plenty of time to do your embedded assessment. So pay attention to what I have on the announcements and assignments and what I say in this video, because that's all you need to do. First though, pull up Springboard Activity 3.20. It's called Need Some Advice. You are going to read Advice to Youth. It's this little article written by Twain where he gives some advice to the youth. So read through that. You don't have to do the graphic organizer, but I do want you to do the writing prompt, all right? So the writing prompt is just going to be 2 to 3 paragraphs long, so it could be 2 paragraphs long if you wanted it to. You're going to pick a role and pick an audience that you are, so you're going to be giving some advice to somebody. You're going to pick a role that you want to play, and you're going to pick the audience that you want to give the advice to. So you could be a boss giving advice to an employee, or a teacher giving advice to a student, or I put in here a pet owner giving advice to a pet. You could have fun with this, right? Because it is a satirical piece. And you are going to write some advice to that person or animal or whatever you want to do, all right? On whatever topic. So you're going to pick a topic, pick what role you're going to play, and pick your audience. So maybe you're going to give advice to your pet as a pet owner about where to poop in the yard. That's the advice I'd like to give my dog. So I don't have to run around the whole yard looking for poop. So you can have fun with this. This is a satirical piece. That's what you're supposed to do, all right? So think of all of the satirical elements that we've kind of been talking about, hyperbole, irony, that sort of thing, and include those in your 2 to 3 paragraphs, all right? After reading that piece on Twain, you should have some ideas. So watch how he does it, and then you're going to kind of do it a shorter version, though. For activity 3.21, I'm modifying this a bit. All I want you to do is read the war prayer, and as you read that, note where he uses satire. See what he does. And after you read that, I want you to answer the 2 questions that I have in the announcements and assignments, all right? So answer, how is the type of satire being used appropriate for the subject and purpose? So how is it appropriate for the subject and what he's trying to do, the purpose of it? Second question, how do the terms Horatian and Juvenalian satire apply to the 2 satires by Twain? So we've read the 2 satires. We've read Advice to Youth and the War Prayer. What type of satire is each one of those? So remember, I've got right here, Horatian satire is more like silly, whereas Juvenalian satire is more like cutting and critical. Those were some terms that were in the Springboard activities last week. That's what they mean. So I just basically want you to tell me which one fit which category. All right, so 2 short questions for Springboard Activity 3.21. For Springboard Activity 3.22, I want you to read Gambling in High Schools and Poisoning the Earth. Pay attention to these. These are more like, use these as examples. So read through these to get some more exposure to what a satirical piece looks like, because next you guys are creating your own satire, all right? So read through those. That'll give you some ideas. You get to see how satire is done, because now you're going to do your embedded assessment. So all you have to do for Springboard Activity 3.22 is read those 2 pieces, okay? No questions, no nothing, just read them. So here's what you're going to do. Your embedded assessment. You need to do this week. It's a big deal, all right? You are going to write your own satire, so pick a topic that is interesting to you, or something you would like writing about. So we've looked at stuff like football, cheerleaders, poisoning the earth, all these things, advice, giving advice to somebody. We've seen all these satires, so pick something like that that you might do. There's an example here. It says, imagine that your school has a persistent problem with students being late to class. Evaluate then there's some steps below to get you started. So you come up with this problem. Kids are late to class. You can come up with any problem. People are poisoning the earth. Your dog is creating a mess for you to clean up in your yard. Pick any problem you want. And then there are these steps down here below in your Springboard activity, and I also put them in your announcements and assignments so you can go through. So identify the topic, kids being late to class. Your next step is to state the problem in hyperbolic terms, so exaggerate the problem. So the staggering lack of students at the beginning of the class leaves teachers paralyzed. So it's same problem, but in hyperbolic terms. So whatever your problem is that you pick, make a hyperbole out of it. Make it seem like a bigger deal. Then step 3, you're going to propose an ironic solution. So in here it says if a student is late, they must stand outside for 20 minutes. Well, now they're like even later, right? So it's a crazy ironic solution. It's the opposite of what you'd expect. Then it has the first offense. They're going to carry a 40-pound clock around school. So they have this 40-pound clock to make sure they're not late anymore. And the second offense that they do this, they receive jail time. So these, in step 3, you're going to propose some solutions. So what are you going to do to solve this problem? And make it crazy. Make it totally ironic, outlandish, nuts. All right, because you're writing a satire. Step 4, use some wit. So it says here, wordplay or clever strategies, clever language. So here an example, a punishment will be doled out in a timely manner. So see how they're using the word timely there to kind of play on the whole tardiness, they're late, time, that kind of thing. So you can use some wordplay like that. Or the problem is a ticking time bomb. So again, hold it, ticking time kind of thing. And then of course being hyperbolic about it by saying it's like a bomb waiting to go off. So go through those steps. So identify your own problem. Don't use tardiness because that's all in the example right now. But come up with another problem and go through those steps. Identify your topic. Step 2 is stated in hyperbolic terms. Step 3 is propose some crazy solutions. And then step 4 is use some wit, use some wordplay, use some rhetorical strategies in there to do that. All right. This, fill out the outline there that I've got for you, and then write one page, double-spaced 12-point font, so it just has to be one page of your satirical piece, all right, on your topic that you choose. If you need help, I'm here for you. So if you want to meet up and we can write this together, that's totally fine with me. Just communicate with me and let me know what you need, all right? If you're like, I don't even know where to get started and you just need some help getting started, let me know. I'm totally here for you guys, all right? So work on that. Communicate with me if you need to, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye-bye.